go!
Hey guys, Retrohead here, Minecraft's no video. Today I'm off to Norwich CEX, as I've seen online they've got a few bits and pieces that I'm after to add to the collection. But also in one of my last videos I showed you a few more games that I was going to get rid of out of my collection. Just some PS4 games and that I don't really need anymore, to go towards some more retro games. But as you'll see from the front of the video, I had something absolutely crazy happen in CEX. I'll tell you all about that at the end of this video. But if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel Retrohead if you like all things retro gaming. Without further ado, let's go to Norwich CEX. So here I am in the Norwich CEX, and starting off in the glass cabinets, they had some really nice retro stuff in. Sadly that Worms on the N64 didn't have the manual, but I've been really looking for that game. So hopefully I'll find it at some point, but as I said, there is just so much good retro in here at the minute. The Norwich CEX always has such a great selection, and today there was absolutely loads of stuff. Now, I managed to add quite a few interesting little bits to the collection today, and a lot of the stuff that I bought today I thought was absolute bargains. So I was really pleased with what I found today. So yeah, as I said, I was really pleased with what I found in CEX today. But also, right near CEX, they have a HMV in Norwich, so I had to have a little look in here as well. And they had some really nice bits. Now, I absolutely love my heavy metal music, and I really like vinyl. So I thought while I was here, I was going to have a little look at the vinyl selection that they had. And they had absolutely loads of really good ones. Now, I know this isn't everyone's sort of cup of tea, but I like to film everything that I like on the channel. So I thought I would add in this little bit. I was having a look anyway, so I thought I might as well filmed a little bit for the channel. But here is a couple of some of my favourite albums at the minute. We have Mechanised by Fear Factory and The Dying of Everything by Obituary. But now let's go back to the games room and check out all of those retro gaming pickups. So I am back from the Norwich CEX, and I got some absolute bargains in today's video. I found some bits I've been looking for ages, but I thought were really good prices. So the first game was a PS1 game, one that I've been looking for so long. But every time I see it, it's not in very good condition, but this one's in really good condition. And that is Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Now, this is one of the final Tomb Raider games on PS1 I need to complete the PS1 Tomb Raider set. And the final one that I need is Tomb Raider Chronicles, but I now have 1, 2 and 3 and The Last Revelation. I've played this game on the Dreamcast. If you're not familiar with the channel, I collect for Nintendo, PlayStation and Atari, and my dad collects exclusively for Sega. So we've played Tomb Raider Revelation in his game stream on the Dreamcast, but I really wanted to have my own copy on the PS1. Now this costs £6 with vouchers, but as I say in my videos, anything that I buy with vouchers from CEX, half the price at least, because anything I trade in I like to make 50% on. So if I buy something for £2, I like it to trade in at least for £4. So this cost at most £3, so I'm really pleased with this. And I'll show you inside as well, because it's in really nice condition inside, complete with the manual. It's only £5 without the manual, so it's a no-brainer for me to get it with the manual. It's full colour one as well, and the disc is absolutely immaculate as well. So really pleased to finally get in this condition. I've seen a few other copies of this lately in CEX, and it's been absolutely battered. So I was really pleased I held out for this copy to add to my collection. Let me know if you've played Tomb Raider Revelation and if it's any good in the comments down below. Seeing as we just said about my dad collecting exclusively for Sega, while I was there I picked up a game for him that he doesn't have on the Sega Saturn, and I can't believe, and he couldn't believe it didn't have this, and that is Tomb Raider. Like, what an iconic game, an absolutely brilliant game as well, but he actually didn't have this on the Sega Saturn. He looked at this in a CEX a few months ago and it was absolutely wrecked. So he didn't buy that, but I found this version for him in the Norwich CEX, and this is in really nice condition, which I'll show you in a minute. And this was only £12, complete with the manual on the Sega Saturn, which I think is just such a good price for a game this good and this iconic. And again, I'll show you inside. It's just really clean copy. As you can see here, the manual literally looks unread, and the disc is immaculate as well. So That was a really good find, and again, for £12 for a complete Saturn game, I think that is a really good deal, and you don't see Tomb Raider on the Saturn very often either. So this was a great pickup for his collection. The next game I found was a PS2 game, and this is one that I've been looking for absolutely ages, and I don't buy overly many PS2 games, but I absolutely love the franchise of this game, and I had to have it in my collection at some point, and that is Garfield. Now, I know absolutely nothing about the storyline of this game, but it seems like a pretty good game when I searched up some footage. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have this in the collection. I love the art style on the front. I love anything Garfield. I do have quite a few Garfield bits, and this was only £6, and again, I'll show you inside in a minute. It's a really clean copy. But I was just really pleased to find it. You don't see this game on the PS2 very often. And as I said, I love anything Garfield. And it's really satisfying to finally find a game that you've been looking for so long. And like I said, the gameplay footage of this looks absolutely great as well. But I'll show you inside. It's in really nice condition. Again, complete with a manual. So I was really pleased to find this one in the Norwich CEX. Next up, we have a loose N64 cartridge. And I don't buy loose games very often, but I actually already have this game boxed. Now, I really enjoy playing this game, but my copy in the box is in really good condition. So I want to keep that all like tucked away on the shelf. It's not a very expensive game at all. The cartridge was only £2. And like I said, you got half everything I buy with vouchers. So this costs under £1 essentially. And this is Nagano Olympics 98. Now I know it's not a very expensive or crazy title at all, but I really enjoy these Olympic games. Now this cartridge isn't in the best condition. There's a couple of stains on the label, but I should be able to get them off absolutely fine. But as I said, I just wanted to keep my copy in the box in really good condition, and for £2, I'm just going to keep this in my drawer of cartridges so I can take it out and play it anytime I want. But yeah, if you haven't played Nagano Olympics 98, it's actually a really fun game. The Winter Olympic Games to me are just a little bit different to the normal Olympic Games, and the sports they have on them is really cool. So for only £2, I was really pleased to pick this up. Next up is a 3DS title, and that is Captain Toad Treasure Trackers. Now this is a game that on the Wii U I actually bought day of release, and I absolutely love the Wii U version of this game. You basically got absolutely loads and loads of different levels, but you're playing as Toad and you can't jump. But you've got to like be really like skillful and work out how to complete the level without being able to jump and stuff. There's like different buttons you can press that little ramps appear and stuff. It's just an absolutely awesome game. I didn't have it on the 3DS for absolutely years, and I've never played it on the 3DS. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is like. Now, as you can see on the front, it says also compatible with the new Nintendo 2DS XL. So judging by that, that is a very late release on the 3DS, because that was after the Switch came out. I think if I look, this came out in 2018, and the Switch came out in 2017, and not many people were still buying 3DS games. So you also don't see this one very often. So for £12, I was super pleased to pick this up. Now, it doesn't come with anything inside, but I'm not too worried about this one. The 3DS games is quite hard to tell what they actually originally came with, but I am really looking forward to going and playing this on the 3DS. Next up, we have something that I bought for 50p, but it was priced wrong. It should have been £12 in CEX, but this was priced up at literally 50p. So which is absolutely crazy. If you half that is 25p, so this basically cost me under 25 pence. And that is this Mario Kart 8 steering wheel for the Wii U, for the Wii controller to go in for the Wii U. Now, this CEX in Norwich just priced this up as a value third-party Wii wheel, but this is an official Nintendo licensed Power A wheel, and it's this Mario Kart 8 version. And I'll put a screenshot up. They should be selling this for £12, and that isn't even in the box. They don't have the option to sell this to you in the box. So I'm going to show you inside. Now, the box isn't in the best condition, but I'm not complaining for 50p. So basically, I can't believe this. I don't think this should be priced up as £12, to be honest. But you should only be paying £12 for literally this, which is just a wheel with Mario Kart branding on. Which does seem a little high to me. I'm not going to lie, I don't think that should be £12. And they're currently actually out of stock as well, so they must be pretty uncommon. But when the person traded this in, the person behind the counter actually took this as just an unofficial Wii wheel, and they gave them 1 penny cash or 1 penny voucher for this, which is just so sad. But I was absolutely thrilled to pick this up for only 50p. Any Wii U accessory has got to be pretty uncommon, but this is one that I've never really seen before, and especially not in the box. Next up, and this is the final pickup before I show you that crazy thing that happened in CEX, which is probably why you clicked on the video. But this was priced up at £6, and it's a sealed Amiibo, and they don't actually have an option to price them up as sealed, which is something that I think CEX are going to do in the future. I think they're going to give an option to have an Amiibo unboxed or sealed. So I really like to make the most of it while I can. I don't pick up every sealed Amiibo I see in CEX, but when it's one that's this iconic and this cheap, I can't resist picking it up. And that is Fox from Star Fox. And this is from the Super Smash Bros. Series of Amiibos. And how cool is this figure? It is absolutely incredibly detailed and really nice. And I just love these sealed Amiibos when they're still in their packaging. Like, I think they look so smart. And for only £6, I was so pleased to pick this up. Luckily, I went in there on a Saturday morning. I was actually outside the store before it opened, because I had quite a few bits to trade. Sometimes you have to queue up for ages when you've got stuff to trade. But I think that I wouldn't have got, like, that 50p wheel or this sealed Amiibo and stuff if it would have been, like, a Sunday afternoon after loads of people have been in and picked through everything. So I was really excited to pick this up. I don't have the biggest Amiibo collection in the world either, so it's really exciting when I can add one to my collection. But now finally we get onto the thing that was absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to show you this to start with, and that is this Game Boy Color grape box. Now as you can see, it's not in the best condition at all. There's quite a lot of tiny little tears in the front. And there's a tear in the back and on the top. And when I actually got this, it was in much worse condition. I've cleaned this up, and this is the best that it's going to look. I just want to clarify right now, there is no console in here, but I will show you, it did actually come with its original Game Boy Color advertising stuff and the actual instruction booklet, which those are pretty rare to find in themselves nowadays. But I near enough always check the online stock when I go into a CEX, so I know what I want to pick up when I'm there. And roughly know how much I'm planning to spend, obviously budgeting for each store. So I saw this in the actual drawer, because my N64 cartridge wasn't in the cabinet. It was in the drawer underneath, and I saw this Game Boy Color, but it was that way, but I knew what the box was. And I said, oh, I didn't actually know you had a Game Boy Color boxed in stock at the minute. Can I have a look at it and see what the condition is like, because I might want to buy it. But obviously, I could only see it on the back, and I actually already have a grape one. If it would have been faced out like this, I wouldn't have bothered asking about it, because I already have one. And they said, yeah, you can have a look, and passed it to me. And I was holding it, I was thinking, this is very, very light. And it's actually completely empty, just apart from the paperwork. And the person who served me today in CEX was so, so friendly. Like, they resurfaced a few of the discs for me and took near enough all my trade-ins. Really, really helpful. And they said, I don't actually think that we've got an unboxed Game Boy Color grape in stock at the moment at all. I don't think we've got anything to do with this box. I was like, well, that's a little bit strange. And because they know I'm a collector, because we were chatting at the till for quite a while, he said, you could just take it for free if you want. And I was like, yes, please, if that's all right. Like, these are not cheap. Even in this condition, this is still worth a little bit. But even just the user booklets inside are worth probably at least a fiver, if not a tenner. So I was so, so grateful to have this. Like, getting anything for free from CEX is, like, pretty much unheard of. The only other time I got something for free from CEX is I got a free box complete Game Boy Color game. I'll link that video at the end of this one if you want to go and watch that as well. But this is just absolutely crazy to get this for free from CEX. Like I said, I already actually have a great Game Boy Color in the box, but I could not resist taking this for free when they said I could have it. So yeah, if the person serving me is watching this, thank you very much, I really appreciate it. This is going to look absolutely awesome in my games room. Now, the footage I'll be leaving you with at the end of the video, which is something that I like to do now, is probably Tomb Raider Revelation, as that is the game that I'm most excited to play in. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!